final score, Huddersfield Town 0, Wrexham 1. Happy days, I'll take that. That's an excellent result for us, that, isn't it? I know Huddersfield are having a rough time. No points or goals at home in 2025. Still fifth. They've still got a lot of good players. And they started with purpose. And that is a cracking outcome for Wrexham. I mean, to be fair, we deserve to win it. Although I have to say, the referee, I think, did us a couple of big favours on our goal. But still, Stephen Fletcher chipping in once more, setting a new club record for most goals scored by a substitute in one season for Wrexham. Not bad. So, Wrexham with an unchanged team. We found ourselves under the cosh in the first 20 minutes. Huddersfield desperately trying to build on that morale-boosting win for them at Stevenage on Saturday. And you know, they had some nice little triangles. The way they attacked was looking attractive. They had a goal disallowed for offside correctly, but it was worked by, well, the sort of approach which they had success with. Chirewa, I thought, was excellent between the lines, picking up space and running at people, committing them, and was starting off these neat little rotations and layoffs. Marshall is a good player. Karoma is a good player. Those two playing at either side ahead of him. And the three of them are shifting the ball quickly and we're cutting through our defence, or at least getting to the edge of the box nicely. But it didn't really make any clear-cut chances, and that's crucial. So this first 20 was their best spell of the match without question. And they were massively hampered when Josh Karoma went off injured. They have, like I said, got so many bad injury problems at the moment. It was typical for their luck. And we actually started to make opportunities. Initially, when Smith did really well to find Rodriguez down the left-hand side, Dobson made a brilliant run at the far post. Rodriguez, unlucky, saw him but couldn't find him. But we came back at them again almost instantly. Dobson again driving forward from that advanced position. Maybe he should have rolled Longman in because he'd made a super run to his right into the box. He went for goal though and wasn't able to hit the target. Another chance comes when Nichols, the goalkeeper and captain, hits a poor goal kick. Rodriguez did really well to get up in midfield, headed straight into the path of Smith, who is looking like he's going to go one-on-one, driving onto the ball. Superb last-ditch tackle by Lonvik, the last defender, to deny him. Otherwise, you'd fancy Smith to go on and score. First real notable opportunity that Huddersfield creates 7 minutes before the end. Evans, I thought, was good in midfield the way he kept the ball circulating with a nice pacey ball towards the edge of the area. Marshall pops it off. It's, like I said, the sort of quick interchange that they were specialising in, and finds Collins, who's come on as a substitute for Karoma. He drills in the shot, but O'Connell did really well, lunges in on the edge of the box, gets a block. It still goes through on target, but O'Connell's taking a bit of pace off it and Okonkwo was able to save it pretty comfortably. 4 minutes before the break is the moment that could have changed the game. It actually ends. It's a good spell of Wrexham possession. We're moving the ball around well. We're having a really good spell in the game. But then a slack pass by Owen O'Connell gives it away and the ball is fed quickly back in and Collins is released one-on-one with Okonkwo. Hell of a chance. Now Collins, of course, is a big signing in January for them and hasn't scored yet. It's just not happening for him. He's on the bench today. He's not getting a starting place anymore. And it was the finish of a man under pressure. He just slashed at it before he even got in the box and put it well over the bar. A hell of a chance. And, well, what a relief for Wrexham that it didn't go in. Ruskins on the left-hand side was causing issues as well and looking lively. He, in the closing stages of the half, feeds the ball and against Chirewa, did nicely, just cutting inside, beating Matty James and drilling a shot from the angle on the left. We're trying to cross Okonkwo and just past the far post. And Okonkwo might have had it covered. So Wrexham, we had some good, there were good features to our play, but Huddersfield had looked a bit brighter going forwards. The second half, though, they didn't show that much coming forwards. We suffered a blow 5 minutes into the half. Elliott Lee has to come on to replace George Dobson, who was doubtful before Saturday's match, managed to get in and play and did well. But he made I don't know if it's this which caused the problem, but he made a very heavy tackle in midfield, and soon afterwards he comes off. He was on crutches at the end of the game. Let's hope it's not as serious as that makes it look. But actually Wrexham took a bit of control of the game in the second half and certainly kept the home team at arm's length. There was an opportunity, well, it wasn't an opportunity, it was a moment of genius. A long ball forward, Smith did really well to knock it down. Rodriguez running onto as it came towards him, just nailed the ball from a good 25 yards. What technique. Boom. It was a good save by Nichols, diving full length to his right to parry us, because my word, that ball was travelling. What a goal that would have been. So they survived that, Huddersfield. Then Wrexham, again with nice build-up. Rodriguez doing so well. He races back. He gets deeper than his midfield to retrieve the ball on the edge of his area when Huddersfield are threatening to run in. He finds Matty James. He plays a great ball over the top. And Smith is trying to get in there. He's up against the last defender, Spencer. He gets the ball in his one-on-one. The referee gives a foul against Smith. Now, if I can just pick the bones out of this, I'm going to try and be a bit nuanced here. It's a foul. The ref gets it right. I have no issue with the referee over this. But Spencer's decision-making, I think, is very poor. He's the last defender, and he seems to just try and step across Smith and hope to draw a foul. It does work because Smith can't really get through him without fouling him, and I think he does foul him. But, he's closest to the ball. Just play the ball. Just defend normally. He's a little lucky. If Smith had managed to somehow just give him the slip and slide past him, there's no foul. He's just not looked to play the ball that he's closest to. It's an odd piece of defending, and although he does get the decision correctly, he's a bit lucky. He's taken the wrong option. Wrexham survive a long-range effort after, again, threat down the left-hand side. Chirewa pushing the ball backwards, cross ripped in. O'Connell does well to get up and heads it away, but Lee, he makes an important intervention, flicking it a bit further on, but we can't get it too far away. Hodge drills a powerful swerving shot, but it doesn't come back in and down in time, and it misses the target. We make a double change then. So it's Ryan Barnett coming on for Ryan Longman, and decisively Stephen Fletcher coming on for Rodriguez, and 2 minutes later Fletcher has the goal. There are two reasons why the ref gives us a big favour here. Firstly, I've got to say, the referee was on a hair trigger with physical challenges. I thought he was giving a lot of free kicks when there wasn't much contact. And then Matty James essentially body slammed his man in midfield. I thought at the time that's a clear foul according to the referee's standards. Having watched it again, it's a clear foul any day of the week, I think. The ref doesn't give it on this occasion. It's inconsistent what he's done previously. James turns, plays a good ball. Rathbone in midfield. He's shifted to the right side of the midfield three now that Lee's come on, and he just drives into that space and curls in an exquisite little cross. It's a beauty. The angle doesn't look like it's there, but he puts it there beautifully for Smith. Powerful header by Smith. Fabulous save by Nichols. And then the madness happens. I've watched this a number of times. I've gone through it frame by frame to look for a lot of things. And I still... not 100% accurate on exactly what happened, I don't think. Smith makes this wonderful... Nichols on the line, dropping backwards, makes a superb save from Smith. It ricochets back out. Spencer is then. He prods it back into the danger area. When I say danger area, he prods it back in virtually into his own net. Fletcher and Smith are both on the keeper. Fletcher can't quite reach it and overruns, and this will become relevant in a moment because he runs to the goal line trying to stop himself, can't stop himself in time. Smith, the ball, he's trying to swing a foot at it and score from a yard out, but it's come at him quickly from such a lack of distance that he misses it, hits his standing foot and ricochets on target. The keeper has to make another massive point-blank save to block it. It ricochets back in, and Smith does get a more deliberate contact on it. The keeper manages to save it again, but it rolls along the line, and Fletcher has an open goal from 6 inches out, and he scores. Now, foul at the start of the move, I thought, clearly. Is Fletcher offside? I must be honest, at the time commentating, I was a little hesitant because I thought, well, that's offside. It's not given offside. He is offside, I think. It is. I've got to have sympathy for the linesman. It's a bit tricky to work out who got what contact where and when. But I mean, I think Fletcher's beyond the keeper, I think. He certainly looks offside when it looks like it last comes off Smith. So we're lucky. We're very lucky with that. Although having said that, we are the deserving winners. Huddersfield don't really manage to get much momentum going. And their fans don't believe in them at all. There's so little noise as they try and push on for the late equaliser. There's a shot by the substitute Miles from distance that is too straight, and Concord deals with it comfortably. 4 minutes left. Sorensen does well, cutting in between two players and tries to curl it but puts it wide. And that's that. Marriott comes on for Sam Smith with 2 minutes left. Remarkably, the ref had 7 minutes on it, I think possibly out of guilt as much as anything else. And they send the keeper up for some set pieces at the end, but we really aren't troubled. The Concourse had a pretty quiet, clean sheet, in all honesty, and we get a deserved win, even though the goal itself, to say the least, was contentious. Looking at the individual performances, like I said, Arthur Okonkwo was good in everything he did, but didn't have that much to do, in all honesty, really. Huddersfield didn't work him that hard. The centre-backs, I thought, all, again, were excellent. For me, O'Connell, I give him man of the match, I think, because, again, he was just commanding matters. He got a lot of blocks in, won his challenges, used the ball well as well coming forwards, and I enjoyed O'Connell a lot. But again, O'Connor was impressive too on the left, and Cleworth on the right, and Cleworth, especially for a period in the first half, was really getting into good advanced performances. We sort of set a bit of a problem. Ruskin, the left wing back, got forwards well, but when we came forwards down that flank, Longman was getting right down the wing, pinning him back. And because they had a double pivot and Chiré already was playing as a sort of number 10, we had a bit of space there, and Cleworth was driving into it, and it was often the wellspring of our attack. So all three did really well. I thought Longman, especially in the first half, was good. Good attacking intent. Didn't maybe quite get in the crosses of the quality he often does, but he was important, pushing Ruskin back and also dealing with them defensively. I thought defensively he's looked more solid than in his opening couple of games, so pleasing from him. Again, Revan looking good, looking very good on the left hand side, really showing quality defensively and driving forwards. Doing very well. James McLean now on used sub for 2 games, and that's a compliment to Revan, isn't it? Although it must be said, with George Dobson's injury, let's hope it's not too serious, McLean might suddenly become useful, adding to our numbers in the centre of midfield now. Dobson played well again. Very competitive and feisty as always, and used the ball well going forwards. I was happy with his performance. Matty James was excellent, I thought, in the centre of midfield once more. Some really important challenges, breaking things up, intelligent use of the ball, good forward passing, great ball forwards for that pass, which ended up with Smith fouling the last defender. And he, again, showed his quality. He's come back from that little brief rest in the first team, firing on all cylinders. Rathbone again, just, how can I say something original about him? Non-stop efforts, non-stop running, wonderful quality for the cross that led to the goal as well. At the start of the game, I was thinking, his passing's not quite as it usually is, and that's a bit of a compliment, because we all look at his work rate, but the truth of the matter is his use of the ball's very, very sharp. So he was good. I really enjoyed Rodriguez. I thought that Rodriguez and Smith linked, better than I've seen them link. And that's not to say they haven't linked okay before, but I thought Rodriguez really had some nice little moments, and that strike from distance was superb, but he has some good passes, was sliding nice little balls down the channels for Smith to run onto. I thought Rodriguez was a live wire, and he did some good tracking back as well defensively. Smith, again, he's a proper centre forward, isn't he? He really works those centre backs. You can play him into tight areas where you think, well, he's either going to get knocked off the ball, or he's going to not be able to keep the ball under control or keep it on the pitch, and he will do it all. and keep hold of it. I like Smith a lot. He'll probably be disappointed with the goal that he didn't just score himself with his header, but he persisted and he got back in there and he created that loose ball. He wouldn't allow a moment for the defence and the goalkeeper to deal with it, and huge credit to him. Fletcher, of course, comes on, scores off the bench again. Absolutely fabulous by him. You can't ask for more than that from a substitute, can you? Elliot Lee had a good shift in midfield as well, and I thought he did a good job. He wasn't able to get as much creativity going, but this is his first run out since that horrible accident that he had. He also, like I say, his work rate was good, and his work going back into his own half was good and diligent play. Barnett came on in the closing stages too, and again I thought did well. And once we got ahead, again I just feel Barnett has come along leaps and bounds defensively. He really uses his pace well, and he's combative defensively, and there were just no problems on that side of the pitch, in all honesty. Oh, I forgot to mention beforehand as well, I found it a bit strange that Huddersfield brought off Chirewa and Ruskins partway through the second half, when I thought they were maybe their best players from my sort of limited perspective. I thought they looked lively, and certainly the changes they made didn't help them. I thought that once they started tinkering and altering shape and altering personnel, they really went out of the game, and we took control of it. So yeah, unlucky. Sorry. But yeah, certainly Barnett on the right hand side was rock solid defensively, but also I don't think it was tested that much. He just did a good job there, with Rathbone coming back to double up with him when necessary. Marriott just got another short run out in which he looked lively and sharp and was chasing stuff again, but didn't get that much service. At that point we were digging in a bit, really, just to make sure that we didn't do anything silly. But he still had his little moments breaking forwards. Great result. The results elsewhere were interesting as well, with Wycombe winning, which meant our win is so valuable. Stockport dropping points, which means we opened up a little bit of a gap between us and them, and they played the game more, of course. So yeah, all in all, in context as well, an extremely satisfying result. And then we move on to a home game on Saturday. Let's see if we can capitalise upon that too. With the final score of Huddersfield Town 0, Wrexham 1, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.